It's time for some Age Mythology Retold point of view games, and today it's going to be Mace, which is actually my second account. I normally use it, I haven't used it for a while to be honest. What I usually do when I do use it is try gods that I'm not really used to. So I'm a old player, I like to play Greek, Egyptian, Norse, not even Atlanteans. Even they just give me some sort of ick. So I'm casting in Greece in a month's time, and I'm like, I need to learn some of these matchups with some of these other civilizations. So what's the newest one? It's the Aztecs. So let's give the Aztecs a go. I know the basics of them. I know where all the units are. I know what they counter and that sort of stuff. But knowing that and playing a game is just completely different kettle of fish, basically. You can know everything in theory, but until you've tried it out, it doesn't really mean anything. So that's what we're going in with, and we're going up against Snowledge, the Oranos player. Now, my account here, just because it's something that I kind of mess around on and try different strats, I think it's like 1500 and something, whereas Snowledge is somebody that I play on my main account. He's 1750-ish, probably around 1700 to 1800. So that's just something to bear in mind, that he's like the rating of my normal account. And I do get the jackpot here, where I have the cow pulley that's an expensive building that I can just drop one right in the middle. And it does have my hippos there, it has my wood line, and it has my gold mine. Unfortunately, I did see that the settler was kind of struggling with the gold walk. Maybe I could have put it in a slightly better position. This also does mean that it's going to get raided heavily, so maybe at some point I'm going to need to move off of this and do something else. Now, Aztecs against Oranos. Like I say, the reason I'm kind of doing this is because I need to figure out how to play this Civ rather than just watch somebody else play it and go, ooh, that was a good idea. So I'm thinking up against Oranos, they're going to be going Mamillo more often than not. That's what I'm expecting. I'm expecting the Oceanus avenue to go down with the Mamillos and the fast Mamillos and heroes and some guys to heal them up. That sort of thing. And what do I have against that? Well, I have two buildings in the classical age if I want some kind of classical fight. I have the Noble's Hut, which is the Ocelotter Warrior, which is kind of similar to a Mamillo. It has that jump attack, but apart from that, it's just like a weaker Mamillo if you don't use the jump. And a Coyote Warrior, so I can match them with the Ocelotter Warriors. I also have the other building, which is the War Hut. It has a Spearman and an Archer. The Spearman obviously going to be great in the Heroic Age if he goes Thayer and wants to do those horse things, but those are my options. So if I want a classical fight, I'm probably going to need one of each building, and that's what I'm thinking right now. It's always good to, when you load into a game and you see what your opponent is, you see the map, you go, what am I going to do? And my idea is classical fight with Ocelotter Warriors and some Tequiwa Archers. The other option is just to go for a completely different strategy. Obviously, town centers are not good for this map. The gold mine's a little bit far away. Maybe it is wallable, potentially. Maybe you could wall over here. Maybe it isn't awful, but there's no food on it. Normally you want food and gold if you're building a town center against someone like Oranos that can put so much pressure on you. If you're against a defensive Civ, maybe it doesn't matter as much. Or you can go fast heroic even, going for the dropping the Great Temple down, which is the castle type building that we can drop down as the Aztecs, and then you can actually get the very, very strong Jaguar Riders. Also finding here, Citadel centers cheaper, was that? Citadel centers, town centers, village centers cost less, which is just nice. And this one I did whiff up the top side. I think it was something like heroes deal more damage as they lose HP or something. I should have seen it. I forgot I lost it. I played this a couple of days ago. And this one, a damage of melee attack, ranged attack. Plus 15% of base. Basically, buildings do more stuff. Anyway, the boys get back, and I do manage to grab that relic. Here we go. We go to one of each. One of each. If in doubt, one of each. And also building some warrior priests out. Right now, I have 3. I think I underestimate how many I should really build. I think I'm building a 4th one here. When I've seen some of these top guys play, like if you watch someone like Recon play the Aztecs, at this point he would have spent all his resources. He wouldn't have even bothered dropping these buildings so early, or maybe he would be dropping one and basically just spamming out warrior priests to do some damage. I didn't do that, so I feel like I need to sit back a little bit and wait for my units to come out, because the Mamillos can come out and deal some big damage to me. Maybe I could be putting pressure on it. Actually, this is interesting. It's funny when you kind of watch it back yourself, but these guys are 5 speed. I was worried about the Mamillo chasing me down, but they are, I believe, 5 speed as well as Oranos until he gets his upgrade in, and then they go slightly higher. So probably could be putting some pressure on now, or at least seeing what he's doing. They're 5.2 speed, but he does have the upgrade. And he also got grass cutting sword. So maybe kind of a blessing in disguise that I messed up there. But it isn't really a mess up. It's just deciding what you want to do. You've made some units. Probably should use them for something. Otherwise, why did you make the units, right? So Settler's going to come out here. I want to be on some hunts. This map hasn't spawned any back hunt. It's just wood. I don't want to sit on my chickens right yet because I built units. You know, I want to be using them. So I go, okay, I'm going to move out to these aurochs. This is 2k food. This will sustain me for a solid while. And the boys are just going to come out here. I'm also just checking to see if he grabs the second town center. Maybe I should go on this one because this town center has nothing. It's just like mine, whereas this top one has lots of resources around it. And I should probably also be looking around for his sky pastures. I find Oranos one of the hardest gods to play against. You just have to play completely different. You have to always be searching. You have to be scouting for those oracles, scouting for where he's grabbing resources. And it can be a little bit difficult. Anyway, he goes on my temple here. My temple is probably a little bit too far out. I put it like this to defend my gold mine. But I could have just carried on the houses and put my temple back here. So that the town center could actually stop it from being hit. But anyway, and we are also going to build a few Tequila archers. I just got to be making sure here that I can keep away from the Termers. The Termers are a little bit faster, and they have the same range. So I do have to be careful of that one. But I feel like these guys, mixed with the Ocelotter Warriors, could do some good damage. And actually, I've only built 2 Ocelotter Warriors, so I have been spamming the priests anyway. Bit strange for me. I'm also deciding to get a Coyote Warrior. So this is the guy, he's like a Huskarl type creature where he's good against the Termers. So I think a couple of these, maybe they're good. I don't see anybody build them, but surely they're a solid unit. Maybe we'll have a look at his stats in a hot second. But he should technically be good against those Termers. He's got more speed than them. He has 2.5 damage multiplier versus them. And it has a decent amount of attack as well. Maybe these guys are a little bit slept on. I don't mass them at this game, so we can't tell if they're going to be OP or not. But I built a couple. It's probably their role, to be honest, is building a couple. Now, I do need to think about what I'm doing here, because right now I'm just spamming dudes out. Whereas a big power spike of the Aztecs is heading to that 3rd age. Very, very strong. You get the good myth units, really, really, really strong god powers. I can also build better units, but I kind of want to sit here. I want to get some good lullaby action going on. I think lullaby is a very, very strong god power when used correctly, which I don't see many people using it correctly. Maybe you can be the judge of if I use it correctly this game. One Ocelotter Warrior does get tanked up. And I could hit Q to jump him away. He can't jump over the berry bush, but he can jump to safety. And unfortunately, I did not think about that at the time. I did watch him die, the poor lad. But anyway, he does go down. And I see his army, and I think my army can take this one for sure. I also copy his shockwave. I don't use it there. I just copy it because I think, well, there's probably going to be a fight in a second. I haven't done that yet. The other thing I've got pre-queued is this drums technology, which does give everything more speed. So that is really going to help up against the Oranos. And Sky Passage here, I'm just going to put a stop to this, or at least I want to, because it's just annoying him having this kind of garrison point. He's not out on the map, though. This is just something like it's his equivalent of my Aurochs that I have, but you do have to be a little bit cognizant of it. The Ocelotter Warriors do a little bit of a distraction on the bottom while I decide to take some aggression on this top side. So I think I lose an Ocelotter Warrior here for 1 Terma. And am I going to lose another one? The Tequila Archer's getting some good damage as well while the Warrior Priests run back. And I just decide to take the fight, I think. But there are shockwaves on both sides. There is also going to be the Carnivora, but there's only archers there, so I can run away. And this is my usage of this incredibly strong god power, because it puts them in like a sleep mez type state, and once you hit them they can then run away. So you just need to kind of, you can attack move if there's this few, but I do get a decent amount of damage done, and I think that is me confirmed ahead on the warrior numbers, at least for the time being. I'm still spamming too. I'm getting my drums tech. It says I'm down villagers. I haven't lost any. It's just against Oranos, you're always technically down villagers, as he... Oranos just does things like that. The citizens, they train quicker for what they're worth. I'm also building out one of these guys. Turret Boy, as when Turret Boys die, they have a chance to come back as something else. So I think it's for every 2 myth units that dies, you then get another random myth unit from that age. So it can be very, very strong. I just build 1 extra Turret Boy. I'm not really sure why. But here he comes. I think I just needed to basically spend all my resources if I'm going to stick in this classical age. And that's what I'm doing. I'm going to be trying to take out some barracks, things along those lines to keep our archers kind of just zoning for the time being. It's dangerous work, but I am 5 speed now, so I don't really mind that much. I'm the same speed as the Terma, so just getting some good value here. Taking down a building, taking down a manor. Manors are quite cheap. They're 100 resources worth of damage. Just being annoying. The military barracks was definitely worth it. Worth taking down. Expensive techs. And I do end up getting Old Coyote's Spirit, which is the upgrade for the Turret Boy. So Turret Boy going to be coming in clutch here. And I say I'm behind. I must have sacrificed villagers. Well, so why I don't remember this game fully is funny. So it was 3 days ago. But what I do on the weekends sometimes is if I wake up early and I don't feel like going to the gym, I play some Age of Mythology games with a coffee. It's just makes me feel nice. It's just a nice time. And apparently I ended up getting all of these. Don't remember it. Maybe that's Meese. That's because I'm Meese, not Moose. But anyway. I also get a good raid off on this side. Ocelot Warriors go hard on the villagers, by the way. They remind me a lot of the Berserks, where they just have such insane damage, especially if you can get that jump off. If you get the jump and then you do it, there's also some villagers here, but Snowledge here does have another Sky Passage, so he should be able to jump in. And he's going Hyperion while this is going on, so... Wow, I get more villager kills too. Oof. Absolutely huge on that one right there. And Snowledge kind of greeds out the next age. And he does get a little bit of a chaos going on here, which isn't great for me. All of the god powers come down. My very cool looking version of the shockwave, and then he uses his own shockwave in response. But just looking at the sheer numbers here, I'm just ahead because I've stayed classical. I've also just had more villagers working, kind of, even though I've only just killed his. But he does have a very scary Cairo Ballista, and I don't really have anything to counter that. But luckily, he decides to run away, and my army can just capitalize on this like crazy. Now he switches the play, though. He goes Cantarius. So he does have a route back into this one, which is the Cantarius. And what am I doing while this is going on? I'm on this gold mine. It's not walled up. I'm on this food. I'm on this gold mine, this wood line, which I did not want to be on. I wanted to get to the next stage here, so I wanted to build this to go on some on gold, some on food. I don't know how long this takes me to notice. So this is half asleep me in the morning. Okay, I do notice it after a good 5 seconds, 10 seconds maybe. And then I get this wall up. Nice wooden wall, cheeky wooden wall to somewhere to retreat into. Can be nice in this situation, especially because I'm so far from home. But I just need to come and defend, really. Now, I'm in a very, very good spot. I need to catch up in the technologies. At least this is what I'm thinking. You know, so I've played, I think, 10 to 15 Aztec games. Also, just keep looking at this settlement for whatever reason, the spy. So, taking a win as any civ there, I think you just need to come and sit back on your win, basically. I probably should be building this with more villagers. At least have one on each thing, just in case there's a couple of Cantarius that are coming. And the Cantarius actually do come down this bottom side. And I haven't yet finished my wall. The reason is I want a wall here so I can add a gate so I can run through. That's my idea. And then I also ran into loads of Satyrs here. And I didn't attack move either. Probably don't even want to attack move because the Satyrs do crazy damage. And there's no heroes over there. My heroes are all in this army. And this is when Snowledge needs to get back into this game. It's also done a great job here of putting a couple of medium Cantarius the other side of the wooden gate. And those Satyrs up the top side just picked off so many units. It's one of the issues with having some weaker classical units, not the Ocelot Warriors, but someone like the Spearmen. The Satyrs just do huge damage to any low HP target, whereas you just need more of these guys, more of the Coyote Warriors, more of the... Oh, and the villager's actually turning around and shanking here. Probably not the best idea, as he's going to pick off a couple more. And just like that, the game is even again. This is what happens, you know. You're not always down and out, especially if you can raid. In hindsight, I should put a wall across here or a kind of L-shaped wall here. I should have had my units this side. I was bringing them forward, but obviously against Oranos, your opponent could be anywhere, so a little bit dodgy by me. But this is what happens, especially in these games where we're not top 10, top 20 players. We're like I don't know, top 200, top 300 players, so we're not that same level. We make mistakes. Obviously, Snowledge made some mistakes earlier. And is he going to make a mistake now where the villagers are going to be going down while making the palace? These guys are just insane raiders. This is what I've come to realize. I don't jump to that citizen, so the palace is going to go up, but I get huge amount of citizen kills. But what's going on at the same time? I've left my post and all of my villagers die. This is just raids on raids on raids. And the Satyrs around this backside. How many heroes do I even have? I have 6. Probably enough if they can get there, but the issue is they do get taken out pretty quickly. And again, Snowledge winning on this position. I thought, yes, you've killed the villagers, but I definitely win the fight. Not thinking that actually all of my advantage was those Ocelotter warriors that are just out picking off kind of straggly units, but they're not helping me in this main fight. And all of my units go down while going up to the heroic cage. Oh, this is what happens when you learn a Civ 2. Is you just make more mistakes because you have to use more brain power, right? So something where if you've played something like, for me, I've played Loki or Isis so much now where I can kind of, if I know what strategy I'm doing, I can kind of auto play it and just sit back, and I know what's good, I know what's bad, and you don't have to put as much brain power into that, so you can start thinking about other things. Whereas this, I'm like, oh, how much HP does my guy have? Is he going to be good in this position? I have the spearmen. Can I just act like these are Egyptian spearmen, or do I need to do something else? This confirms to me, yes, I do need to count them as Egyptian spearmen because they are weak. Anyway, next stage coming in, and after all that is going on, we are even. About 10 villagers behind an Oranos at 17 minutes in means we're even. We're even on the score here as well. I'm also dropping down a Great Temple because I need to defend a gold mine. And I also have my food position up here. So that's, as Northerners in the UK say, that's the crack. If you work with Northerners, or if you are a Northerner, then you know that. But yeah, when I first worked with Northerners, had no idea what that meant. Anyway, random UK anecdote. But another raid coming across from me, and I do get 1 citizen kill and a shockwave out, which I'm going to be very, very happy with that one. So Sky Passage going to be going down as well, but he's getting a good raid on this bottom side as well. These are the kind of games that I love too, which is it's just super scrappy. You're just attacking everywhere, and it's all about who can know what's going on in multiple places at once, basically. My snake came back down here. I think I must have... No, I can't build snakes. He must have spawned from one of those obsidian rock things, which is nice for me. I get a free snake, so I'm just going to send him in to see what's going on. Look at this 2-headed snake boy just slithering in, just going in. There is a town center going up, but that will be finished. I can also match that with my own town center because my scout has been in the optimal position this whole time. Actually, there's so many low HP villagers. Kind of wild. Because there is a Caladria that can be built to heal those boys up, but maybe not something that you're going to think about. Maybe don't even want to waste the resources on that when you could build Satyrs instead. But I decide to instead transition what I'm doing. So I'm getting this Kyle Shakui stone, which is everything from the temple. Great Temple is cheaper. The reason for that is all these upgrades, and I can change into Shorn ones and these Jaguar Riders. So I've been spending favor on some myth units so far, and I decided to spend my favor slightly differently. So what I should probably be doing is grabbing this upgrade here for the Tits and Middles, because I am going to get 3 Tits and Middles whenever I use this Starfall, and I have one to start with. It's just a great upgrade. How much does it cost when I've got that upgrade there? It's probably very, very cheap, right? 63 gold. 20 favor, but 20 favor that is a amount of favor that I do possess currently, so why would I not go for it? My spy's also hidden. What a guy. Right next to these citizens, not being seen, like you're playing Assassin's Creed or something, where they just don't know you're there, but you definitely are. Anyway, destroyers coming in for some raids, and this is why I want some of these Shorn ones out. So the Shorn ones are getting queued up, but I'm waiting for my Levy Great Temple Soldiers because it trains everything quicker, and it's actually, it's just disgustingly cheap with this upgrade. It's basically 50 resources. Kind of wild, but he does take down my temple, which I don't like, taking my one relic out, which I want to keep that relic, you know. So want to take that one down, and the Jaguar Riders are going to be looking for raids. This is what they do best. If you think the Ocelot Warriors are good, the Jaguar Riders are just them on steroids, basically. I only have one here, so it won't really show the raw DPS of just one, but you can imagine if there's kind of 5 of them jumping into a citizen, you can see just how disgusting the damage is. But I do manage to catch out some of these Satyrs, and I drop my Starfall. It does a little bit of damage and spawns my Tits and Middles in, which is exactly what I want. I want Myth units against his Myth units, and I just want to get some raw damage on those Archers. Any of these god powers, if you ever worry about dealing with archers, dealing with someone like Arcus, or maybe the Eagle Warriors from the Aztecs, any god power that deals damage is good against archers because they just have so low survivability. And this is why I'm also just surrounding him. So low survivability, I have all of the units here. He's grabbed a town center, so have I, but I'm just coming in with my premium units at this point and pushing him straight off of this gold mine. He also has 2k left in this gold mine, and this is when playing as the Aztecs, you should start to go around, especially Tezcatlipoca here. You should start to go around and drop these traps down, because they are cheap, just so you can see every single gold mine and see where the Oranos is at. The Oranos, he's very, very sneaky, so you do have to watch out for him. Just sneak into random gold mines. And this is the perfect obsidian shard for me, an Ayatochli, which is something that I can't get as Tezcatlipoca, but it is the best myth unit for the Aztecs by far, as he is just a crazy good siege weapon. Takes out the palace, and normally the best way to use him, at least when I've been playing the other 2 gods, is just leave him on his own. Leave him to take down a town center, and leave him be. He will take that out, no problem. He might trade his life for it if some units come along, but he should be able to take out that town center, no problem. And that is what he's going to be doing for the time being. While I'm grabbing myself a town center up this top side, I really want to secure this gold mine. This cow pulley is a horrendous position, but that's where I decided to put it. And of course, if you've got one lone unit attacking something, similar to a destroyer raid or something, you just need to attack somewhere else. So that's why I'm kind of posturing to attack somewhere else. And I'm thinking, where is he? Because he can't be up this side. Actually, there is a sky passage here. I don't know why I'm running the wrong way. I think maybe I'm just sending the Jaguar Riders down just in case. We'll see what these 6 riders can do. The Ayatochli gets the kills, and he is also down here because that's what Oranos players do, right? I'm actually checking the gold mine, but he does appear to be on this food situation. This top side, he was there on this gold mine too. I scare him off of this, and this is how much damage they do if I attack the right thing. Oh, I don't attack the right thing. What am I doing? There we go. Diving in, jumping in. Oof. Big damage. These are heavy as well. If you go up to the next stage, you get champion ones. They're even stronger. But this is what they're built for. Of course, Snowledge here, he could build some big counters to this. He could build the catapulties, and that shreds my Jaguar Riders, makes them look very, very poor. But that's the beauty of this game, really. If there's something that's OP, it's not really OP. There's always a counter to it, or at least most of the time. You have to be cognizant of that. And I think something I haven't done, I can't remember if I even did it in this game. This is probably like my 5th game. I see the big raid coming in again because he's on this gold mine with all of his units. I'm just sacrificing my Jaguar Riders, but what I haven't really been doing is transforming these guys into a Tezcatlipoca, which is you sacrifice him, you spend 20 favor, he dies after I think 20-30 seconds, but he is an OP gentleman while he's in that form. I'm also just distract. Look how many units I'm managing to distract with my 4 Jaguar Riders. And then as soon as he turns around, I notice, come back. I think that's when certain players have their strengths. Some players were really good at macro or something. That's not where I shine, but I do pay attention to things like that, like just distracting units, getting raids off. That's definitely where I like to play, which is why I gravitated towards team games for quite a while. But my macro is definitely something I need to improve on. It's poor, to be to be perfectly honest. And maybe greeding out positions. I do greed with my villagers quite a lot. Maybe that's a macro decision as well, just overall decision. Anyway, these guys have survived from minute 1, and they're getting some damage in. They do 2.5 divine per hit, so it is something. And then when they die, they can also spawn an even stronger guy, which there will be a butterfly in a hot second. His army does come back, so I decide to turn and burn. Great Temple on the front. One of the best things about Aztecs, in my opinion, is the warrior priest can build the Great Temples, and I do build the Tezcatlipoca as I'm on the offensive. So if you want to attack now, then build one of these Tezcatlipoca's, because you can just send him in and just sacrifice his life to do some big damage. I'm kind of jockeying around right now. I'm also thinking about getting this settler sacrifice upgrade, so maybe I can just build mass myth units to come in. That's kind of a decision that's running through my mind right now. I do have Gelotl pre-queued, but I'm well off of it. I think this is my time to kind of strike. I do have some Jaguar Riders as well, ready to pounce on that bottom side. But yeah, Carnivore are kind of crazy up against the Jaguar Riders. But nothing is touching my turret boys on this backside. And these turret boys are going to be slapping the damage through. And I'm also just, why not just use some shockwaves? Unfortunately, my smashers aren't on the town center, but they are tanking up the archer fire, so that is something. But definitely something when you start to play different civs, when you have all of them selected. I'm just not used to this yet. You need to shift click them, get them on the town center. Say that if that's I don't know, Norse, and you see the battering ram fellas, you shift click them, you make sure that they're on the town center. This is something that just takes extra time when you're not used to all the pictures. But I think as the blue player here, I'm in a commanding position anyway, so it doesn't really matter. But those little things are, you just need to learn the civ properly before you can deal with those. If you're in a position where that happens to you, just know that's a very normal thing to go. And now it's just an A move. I know that I'm in a great spot. I could go with the Atlantean smashers, take down each one of the buildings, take down the watchtowers, but I know that I'm in a good spot. I could even come over, grab the settlement, which is exactly what I'm doing. Just 3 villagers come over here, Great Temple, to secure myself my next gold mine that I'm going to have, and a 4TC to 2TC advantage. And Aztecs, to be honest, of the games that I played, they're feeling good. They're very, very strong, and they're pretty fun to play. If you want to see me do this for the other civs that I'm going to be trying, which will be the Chinese and Atlanteans, then let me know, and I'll see you in the next one. Maybe Japanese as well.